So as soon as you get to this page, you fill in his information first. So you got to know his first and last name here. So I'm going to give you the option of taking control of my screen. You can fill in it. And then click on add contact.
So I gotta type it first.
Yep. Right, and then add contact. And then email address if you have it. And then his phone number.
Okay,
All right, and then add contact.
here,
Yep,
top right,
yep,
add.
add, yep. And then
Okay.
go to FNA on the top left there. There you go. So as soon as you go click that, it will prompt you to the next page. And then here, we haven't added the wife yet. So we'll add the wife later on. So for now, we're just gonna leave it as his. Okay, so put the gender, bottom left, and then date of birth. And then after this, you add the child. And then we add in, do you know the child's name?
Yeah, it's my goddaughter.
Nice, perfect. So put your goddaughter's name in there and then her date of birth.
Sure, no date of birth.
I got it here. I got it here. Well, nice. You know, what do you call that? Godfather, you are. Okay.
I'm gonna look at his Instagram. That's how I know.
Don't worry, I won't tell him. I promise.
June 4th. There you go. Elena
Tillo. Yeah. So automatically, like the last name just populates.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. And then yeah, put her date of birth. Perfect. And the next one we're gonna do, the next FNA we're doing is yours, and you fill it in with just yourself. And then after this, click on, see how it says contact info and income. Click on income. Right here. You see it?
Where? Oh, contact info,
No, click on income.
income.
Yeah, that's already going to be overpot. And then it's going to ask you this question. Just click on my name, put check mark, and then okay. Now, this is the best part. So the reason why I asked for gross is so that we don't need to calculate it.
So it calculates it for you.
Exactly. So you put in 9,000. And here is the best part. So when it's asking you other monthly income, you put in what, so he wanted 180. So he gets 180 for your goddaughter. All right. So monthly income, how do you find that out? Income tax. So here's how you do it. So you go here. So you click on, so you go to wealth, simple calculator. I'm pretty sure you've seen this one.
I don't use wealth. Well, that's good to know.
Right. So this is also when you could find out and figure out if they only give you the net worth, they don't give you the gross, you can find out this way. So because, oh, let me just close this for a second. So because he told you your gross, you don't gotta look for his net worth. The net worth's gonna pop up automatically. So his gross is 9, we calculate that times that by 12. What does that give you? 9 times 12. 9,000 times that by 12, that by 12 months. That's 108,000 gross. Okay. You see it?
Yeah.
Also, this is also how you can figure out how much tax refund they would get if they put a certain amount into RRSP. So how do you do that? Here, RRSP deduction. So for example, if you told Ray, listen, let's open you up an RRSP. Let's say you put in 10,000 this year. Next year, your tax refund would be roughly around 4,300. Okay, so this is a good selling point, right? So if they want to know, if you want to tell them, listen, you put in 10,000 today, you get 4,000 next on your tax refund. How's that sound? So that's why when people are asked, how do you get more tax refund, or how do you know? Then you use this system. Now, so you put 108,000 here. So right now, roughly his after tax income is after tax 77. That's disgusting. They took away almost 30,000.
Crooks, yo.
Real, that's crazy. So to find out how much you were taxed, right here, total tax. So you take 30,557, you divide that by 12, you get, give me a second here. So you get 2,546. Now, after you get that information, you go back to here and you put in 2,546. That's how much she's being taxed month to month, which is ridiculous.
I know.
So, and then you go down next to, after you finish this, you pretty much finish the rest, you go up to saving for retirement.
That's it. That's it for income.
That's
Okay.
it for income. Unless you have the wife's income, then you update it. Okay. Here's a cool part too, Michael. So if any of your client that you speak to want to retire at an earlier date rather than 65, because you'll hear it, I want to retire at 55, I want to retire at 60, I want to retire at 50. You'd be surprised people saying they want to retire at 45, right? You do what they tell you. So how do you do that? You just click on this and you just change the date.
I see. Okay.
Right? So you just go, so again, in this case, because he wants to retire at 65, you don't have to touch that. You can leave it at that, okay? The next part to this is pretty cool too. Remember when he said he wants to retire 5,000? So his monthly goal, put it here. So whenever somebody says, I want to retire at this much amount, when everything's all paid, the daughter's all grown up, the house is all paid, I want to live happily, I want to put 5,000 here. Okay, and then look at the percentage. It just changed automatically to 56% of the income. Right. So this case, Ray wants to put in 5,000. So he wants to live happily ever after with $5,000 a month. Okay. So after that, you go to benefits. So click on benefits for me. Benefits, CPP. Old age security. So you're gonna learn all this in your courses too still, and you probably remember some of this saying. Now, a monthly pension plan, and this is when they realize that is an average of $650. So if you go right here, how much is an average CPP monthly? Look at this, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I do my my in-laws' taxes for sure.
It's ridiculous, right? So when you do that, you even get to show it to them, right? So let's just put 600, okay? And old age security is about the same, about $600, right? So you add it in there, and you put a check mark on this part here, okay? You know what? I'll do this. I'll do race. Like I'll type it in so you kind of get more familiar. Or do you want to type in information?
No, you go do it. It's good that you're putting it in so I can have a,
Yeah, better idea, of course.
better look.
This is all recorded anyway. So after this, I'll send you the video. Okay. All right. So asset wise. So remember, he said he has an RRSP, right? When he said he had RRSP with TD, he has 3,800. So you put 3,800 here. Okay. And then of course, no, he didn't tell us that. And then when we asked him how much does he contribute monthly, he says average about I believe $120 to RSP monthly. Okay. Then you put 0 here. You just put 0 there. Okay. And then remember, it says non-retirement assets. So because he has a TFSA, we'll put it here. Right. So he says he's got, I believe, $14,000 on his TFSA, and he contributes about $200 monthly. So just put that simple. After you finish doing that, you click on result. So he saves it automatically. Once it's saved, you can see here, boom, right? So this is how much he needs to put away. If he keeps leaving at the bank at 2%, for him to reach his retirement age at 65, he would need 2.5 million to live $5,000 every single month. Okay. Next part to this, if he goes to somewhere between, like us, for example, if he grows it between 3 to 6%, you see here, 3 to 6%, then he obviously goes down and down, lower and lower. But look at this, at only 8% rate of return. If he wants to retire at 65, he could put away 1,244. And most likely, a lot of times it goes, shoot, that's too expensive still. Well, perfect. You know what? Age 70 then is you're looking at to retire. If you want to live comfortably for $5,000 a month, you put away $689 a month. How does that sound? Sounds much better. Well, guess what? Remember, your rate of return is 8%, and we could do way better than this. So even if you put 689, so that's going to increase your chances of retiring at 65 if you put away about $700 at an average of 15%. So look at the difference, right? So you explain that to them, right? But you don't explain that to them here. This is between you and myself, or when you're doing it on your own, you figure out now you know what to say to them, right? So look at this. He wants to retire 5,000. Look at this, and after he's by the time he's retired, or by the time he gets to that age, his 5,000 is going to be worth 12,000 because of inflation. Now we're putting inflation at 3%, right here. Imagine if you put inflation. So if you want to change inflation rate, you can actually change inflation rate. So all you got to do is you got to click on, is it assumption? Yeah, assumption, right? You click on assumption, right? And then you see how it says 3%. Imagine you put 6%, right? You put 6% here, save. See, look, it won't even let you.
It's too much inflation.
It's way too much, right? It won't even let you. So look, let's just go 5%. So say we go 5%, okay? Look at this. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Look at this. He needs to put in more money now.
It's crazy.
Right? So we'll go back to more like an average inflation, but let's go back to about 3, like, usually put 2.5% to make that lower so that it's more reachable. So if we go 2.5, we go 2.5, you see how it's a little bit lower now, right? So we'll put at 2.5 for now, so it's easier in our client's eyes. Because if we put, unless you want to leave it at 3%.
Nah, he's a conservative guy. It'll give him a heart attack.
Okay, so we'll go at 2.5. So for him to retire, he needs to put away, even now, at $500 a month. Right? Imagine that he puts away $500 a month. You get 2% of that for the next 35 years.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So next part to this is debt. Remember when I asked him about debt, and because he doesn't carry balance, you don't really got to add the credit card in here. Okay. So I asked him about his home. So let's go house 1. Okay. So current balance on it is 538,000. Right. And the value of that house is about 980,000. Is that right? Is that too many zeros, or is that right?
980, yeah. That looks right. Yeah, that's 980,000. Yeah.
Nice. And then remember the interest, right? Interest rate you put in. He says 2.09. And property taxes, and then homeowners insurance. So you put it all in here too. So his payment is 2,700. That includes property tax, right? So you don't gotta put nothing there. You put homeowners insurance, he says $82 or $80.
80 bucks. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just do that. Simple. You don't gotta add nothing else. Okay. And
That's it.
it's because it's a house is a fixed rate, right? I think it's fixed. I think his is fixed, right? He said
It
fixed.
should be fixed. Yeah.
Okay. So for the future though, if you want to add a credit card, so let's say for example, credit card one. Okay.
And then you just keep adding all the
Add-
other stuff in there.
Yeah, you just keep adding debt, car, loan, OSAP, you just keep adding it here. Okay. And then of course the interest rate, put 19.99. And then of course, revolving. Credit card is always a revolving debt. Okay, always. What are fixed one? What are locked in? Cars, line of credit, homes, RSP loans, those stuff are all mostly locked in. The ones that has something like this is like, those those, what do you call the money mark? Those money mark.
Those guys are crooks.
Those guys are freaking crooks, man. I remember doing it one time when I was younger, when I was
Those
like,
guys are crooks, man.
bro, I get $1,020 per every $100, man. I'm like, what? And then on top of that, I have to pay back whatever I owe. And if I don't, they charge me 30-some% interest rate.
Yeah. People don't know, man. Those guys are crooks.
Straight up crooks. Straight up crooks. Oh, we could cash in your check. Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna charge you a little bit for cashing that in.
I'll get you
No.
10. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Stupid, man. So yeah, so after you're done with this, you click on result. Oh shoot, let me see what I'm missing. I think I'm missing. Oh, here. Interest, principal of interest. I'll put 0 for now. So wait, did I get this right? What's going on? Enter principal interest amount of house, delete the debt and select include analysis option. Jesus, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here.
Maybe put 2,700 there instead of
Yes,
additional
yes, you're right.
payments.
I'm sorry, you're right. You're right. I apologize. You are absolutely right. You're so right. That's my fault.
Maybe.
No, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. No,
There
no,
you
you're right. 100% right. So, here, so it shows up here. So because the fact that it's locked in, if they continue paying, then they can continue paying it. But if there was a credit card involved, if there's other stuff involved, then it would show us how fast we can pay it sooner. Now, if they want to pay off their house sooner, there's a different options where we can do it. But because he doesn't really have any debt besides his house, then we'll leave it at that. Okay. So the next part to this is, of course, life insurance, our favorite one. Okay. So Raymond currently have 120,000, he said, right? And is paying $200 a month. Is that right?
$1.65 per hour. Yeah, 264.
264. You're right. So he pays about 264 that comes out of his bank, his checkings account without, or his paycheck without him knowing, or with him knowing, but he doesn't see it.
Yeah, he doesn't see it.
Doesn't make any sense. But
Like, you don't need to see that.
no, you don't need to see that we're taking out 264. No. Okay. So at this part here, remember how we updated that? So assets, this is his RSPs. So all you do, next part, you can skip it, or you could actually see what's going on, making sure that everything here is correct, how much he's earning, etc. The next part to this is actually go to result. As soon as you click on result, you see this. So this is what the system is telling us. Raymond needs 1.2 million because one, his income and his house. Here you see here is we give you 1.2 million because you need 15 years of income. If something happens to you, we'll replace your 15 years of income and give it to whoever your beneficiary is. Now is the fun part. Now we can play around with this. So what we do next is get a quote. So we get a quote. We play around with it. So you go standard. Always go standard. Don't go target premium, okay? He doesn't smoke. We do custom advantage. So we do blood work for him for sure. He does not smoke. And we cover him for 35 years. So cover him until he's retired, okay? Now, he said that, we're going to do something a little bit better. So he has about $580,000 debt left in, or $538,000 debt. What we want to do is we want to cover his entire home if something happens to him. So let's go with just 540,000 coverage. With 540,000, what we'll do too is we'll also include your goddaughter. Because right now your goddaughter has no life insurance, nothing covered. So we're gonna add them there. We're gonna add her there as a child rider, okay? And then we just calculate. As soon as we calculate that, you see monthly,
There it is. Yeah.
$98 a month, right? Now, my question to you, Michael, should we go $98 or should we go lower?
I think that should be, yeah, I think that should be okay.
Right? And that's him covering the entire house. Oh, Gerald's joining us right now. All right. So we go save. As soon as we click save, right? It shows up over here. Now, look at this, right? When you show him this option. Sorry, what's up, G? I'm just filling out the FNA for him, for his client that we're gonna do tomorrow, just real quickly. This is his first FNA that we're doing, and then he's gonna do his own FNA soon. Like he's gonna enter information on his own. So I'm just showing him this real quick. So you see the difference between this part. This part is $100 different, right? Right. Look at this, 120,000. He's paying $264 a month for it, technically, right? Whereas this part here, I mean, he can go to option A if he wants, but what we recommend him is option B. I mean, option C, right? He's paying $90 a month, covering the whole entire mortgage. Not only that, but he also has 10,000 child rider for his daughter. So if anything happens to his daughter, knock on wood, his daughter, he's gonna get a check for 10 grand. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, go ahead, G. You want to talk to him first? If you're in a rush.
Yeah, sure. I'd have another call after that. But Mike, you had a question, right?
Yeah. About prepaid legal service and what services they actually offer and cover.
Oh, here.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I can send you a picture of that too, man. I have it here. There's over 100 plus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, G.
So-
Go ahead, G.
So prepaid legal is essentially not a face-to-face law firm, right? The reason it's so cheap, it's like $26 a month, is that you can give them any phone call about any issue, they will give you their advice on it. Right? Now, what you do with that advice is up to you. And if you need somebody who represent you in court and everything, like in terms of like physical lawyer be present, then they refer you to their partner and give you like 20-30% off their base fee.
I see. Okay. So you still get a discount once that okay.
Yeah. So they could help with anything that you can think of in terms of the law department.
Yeah. So
like
essentially
warranty
it's so you call the prepaid legal service, they give you, you know, what their recommendations are, and it's, you know, up to you to whatever to follow up.
Yeah. So I'll just, this is an example of what happens. So you call and say, hey, I have an issue regarding rentals, right? Right. So can you hear me? You still have me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I have an issue about rentals. I need to talk to a lawyer. They say, okay, we'll put that work. I forget how they call it, but it's like a pending workflow, and a lawyer will call you in that department. So then the lawyer call you back, and then you get to discuss any question about rental that you get, and you get to do this as many times as you want, because you're paying per month, right?
Okay.
And then based on that question, decide if you want to go further. If you need a physical lawyer, that's when they refer you to somebody, and 25 to 30% off their base fee.
Okay. And what's the referral process like for us?
So for Rob, do you have can you pull up POL?
Sure. Give me a second here.
So for referrals, really easy, right? Once you are in the company, your code's already on there. You go under product, and then you see PLPP right here. And then you will go with electronic membership application on the, so that's the referral program. You click agree. So this is one thing that you have to remember, because for some reason they put everybody they don't specify. So when you make a selection, you have to choose English Canada, not English US, right? English Canada. Yeah. And then enter your solution number. So yeah, what's your solution number right now?
BLCAF.
Okay, put that in. Submit. And you will see your name will be appearing on the top right. Representative Michael.
Oh,
So
nice.
Mike, this is yours. So to get started, you could get started. You put the number, you put the yeah, let's go through it really quickly before the payment. Now you put the province you're in, so Ontario, or where the client is looking to do business. So Ontario, I'm assuming, right?
So it's good to do this with them at the same time because you're kind of building that credibility. So you do this with them while you're doing it, like do a Zoom call and fill in this information with them. And then at the same time, you can also get more information from them, right? So
yeah. So
Okay.
this is where you have two plans. So first is the legal plan. That's what we're talking about. And then you have the identity theft plan, right? So if you click on select your legal plan, click on it. Yeah, click on plan details. And then you just follow the rest of it. It's pretty simple. So this is essentially what they give you. So let me put it into a summary. So Rob, go all the way to the top. I'm gonna go really a base summary of what they offer. So if you applying for a client, they can apply as a member and spouse, right? It's all under one plan, so they won't cost any more, any less. And for anybody that's under the age of 22, I believe can be, 26, who are living at home you can also go on the plan, but most people don't really take that, right? All right, keep going. So you see, advice, consultation, representation, advice. They do that. You can call them anytime. It's just for like I think one question at a time,
you
right?
have
Because they're gonna be asking.
I give you the control G, you can control it.
Okay. All right.
I love
Okay, so letter and phone call on your behalf. So if ever you heard people saying, hey, you will hear from my lawyer, you can do that as well, right? You can ask lawyer or
that's cool.
to send a phone call or send a letter on your behalf.
You'll
A
hear from
contract
my
document
lawyer.
review. Yeah. And contract and document review, you can do that as long as it's up to 15 pages each document. So if you're trying to see if somebody's screwing you over, send you a document, say, I'm looking for this. Is that good? Or am I getting myself into something bad? They will review it for you. 24 access emergency 24/7 emergency access is very important. If well, it's not available for everybody, but for somebody who's very prone to accident, this is very good. And let's say they are at fault, instead of talking to the officer, they could say, hey, talk to my lawyer. Instead of saying stuff that might put them into a bad situation later on, the lawyer will take care of everything. Right. Trial defense, pretty simple, right? Somebody will be representing, or you could represent yourself if you want, right? They'll show you how to do it. Healthcare directive, standard will preparation. That's what I use this for mostly, to help the client get a will done. It's $26 a month beats $1,200 for one will, right? And then probably the assistance if they need it, residential loan, motor vehicle, everything in that sense. So they're very, very, how do you call
And
it?
is there a minimum where you have to stay with the program? Is there like a
No,
6-month contract, or is it just month to month?
Month to month.
No, for the client it doesn't, but for us to get paid, they need to be there for 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So for if I were to give you an advice, Mike, don't use this as a money maker. Use this more for a lead maker.
Got it.
The chances that they keep it for 2 years might be very low, but with this program, you can get, with a will, you can get like 12 names that you can talk to, very close to that person.
Yes.
Right? It's a foot in the door that you can expand your business.
So in the event that they keep it for 2 years, what's the compensation?
$50 for you. Once you go district, I think it's 75. I know it's not a lot. That's why I say don't look for money for this one.
Okay.
This guy's laughing.
Like, nah, forget it.
I'm not gonna waste my time on this.
So this is
But it's
this
a good
is
incentive.
what I use.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is the one I use. And that's how I blew my business, because I talk to people who are 50, 60, and they give me their children to talk to. So, and doing one life up with one of those children, I make anywhere from $500, $600. Doing the will preparation was worth an investment in that sense.
I was gonna
Now,
say,
if they keep it for 2 years, that's amazing, right?
how much do you get? How much compensation you get for will again?
That's the same thing. You don't get paid for will. You just paid for prepaid legal.
Okay, cool.
Right, but it's a way to get more names and numbers for people that they trust and they care about.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
All
my
right.
recommendation: don't look at it as a money maker. Look at it as a lead generator, something that's gonna get you into the door of many, many, many families.
Which is really good. I'd rather do that than get paid $50 a year.
Yeah, it's very little because they don't get paid much, right? $26 for a lawyer is
Yeah.
very, very cheap.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Good.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay. Because I know I definitely wouldn't be able to write all of this down. So I figured I need a call with you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, you answered that well, Jay. Thanks.
No problem. All right. Any other question you want to ask for this, Mark?
No. It's all pretty straightforward. So that's